going over its physical build, despite being classified as a mid-tier model, it's thin and light as any premium tablet, just like the Tab S. On paper, it's a very minute difference, being a little over a quarter inch thick at 0.29 inches versus the Tab S coming in at 0.26. Now overall, it's 8.2 inches tall while being 4.3 inches wide, making this just big enough to be enjoyable, but not too big where I couldn't hold it with one hand. Now the entire unit is made of plastic, but being so thin and built with a smooth texture on the back, and there's no faux leather this time, or a dimpled back like previous models, it resembles and somewhat here feels like an aluminum build that you can see on the Apple iPad. Now, as thin and light as a device, it's not slippery as one may think, but it stays in the palm quite well. The only physical area that I didn't like so much was the raised bezel, which does make the product feel a little bit cheaper despite offering protection to the screen. It doesn't feel like that seamless piece of glass that would go all the way to the edge, but that's really being nitpicky on the aesthetics. But now going around its physical features, starting with the right offers very clicky and good feedback power and volume buttons. Graciously, a micro SD card slot makes a return here, offering up to 128 gigs of expandable storage. Now going on to the very bottom is a micro USB charging port with a 3.5mm headphone input next by. Now to the left of that is one speaker that serves its purpose here. For music, it's a bit underwhelming and it's probably equivalent to my Samsung Note 4 smartphone. It's not too loud. But with movies, it's not bad at all in hearing actor voices and sound effects. It's not strong in the bass department due to its small size, and if you are watching this in landscape, the sound is more right justified with a monotone soundstage. Again, it is to be expected though on nearly every tablet. And last here, there's nothing on the left side and nothing on the top either. Now going to the front of the Tab A, it features a front-facing 2-megapixel camera and the rear features a 5-megapixel. On screen are photos right from the tablet itself that's unedited, and you can be the judge if this looks good to you or not. And there's more photos on my website as well. But now going to the display here, and then we'll get into the performance shortly after, the screen has a resolution of 1024 by 768, which translates to a pretty low here, 160 pixel per inch density. Now with that being said, of course everything can be read and no question the screen is usable, but being honest and upfront to help consumers, on paper, compared to older mid-tier models by Samsung and the competitors on the market, resolution or clarity is on the low end. In addition, last year's Tab 4 tablets had a higher resolution and a 16:10 wide aspect ratio. Now, just like most if not all Samsung products, colors are boosted with a bit of saturation. Red and yellow tones, or to better illustrate here, scenes of the sun going down, let's say, or those who have a decent tan on screen will look a bit reddish or yellow. It happens sometimes, not every time. It's minimal, but it is there though. But regarding what's on the inside, here's a quick rundown of what's offered. We're running Android 5.0 on a Qualcomm APQ8016 running at 1.2 GHz on a quad-core processor. Now, only 1.5 gigs of RAM is on board again, and 16 gigabytes of internal memory. Now, keep in mind, you still have the micro SD card slot to use. Now, all of the wireless connections available today, except for wireless AC, GPS, and Bluetooth are available, but no NFC. From my personal experience and those intending on purchasing this for general use, it's perfectly fine. Running today's YouTube, Netflix, light to general web surfing, it runs fine from my experience. Now, most games in the app